block. I got him. Now, Tank, now.
Welcome to your doom.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Let's talk more about your colon.
Yeah, just
Or your small intestine, rather.
you're blocked, right?
I don't have a colon that hurts.
Can the Packers borrow him for the offensive line?
Because they're not blocking?
It's a must-win.
Oh,
Rodgers needs protection.
man. I don't follow your sports reference. I'm
Her
familiar with the
intestines
package.
blocked, and
I got that.
and there's
yeah.
tons of shit coming through the offensive line.
Well, they're
think-
called
yeah.
the Packers.
Yeah. I don't know. Welcome to the Non-Essentials podcast. That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's a perfect
talk
intro.
about your blockage. Oh my god.
This is episode 103.
Yeah.
I don't have a middle name. It's like -5 out. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm you know, my name I'm going to be Adam Goblin Mode Riley.
Yeah,
I'm going full Goblin mode.
You need to explain to me what that is.
I've been trying to shoehorn it into the conversations with you today to zhuzh you a bit.
Okay.
A bit of foreplay.
Just go right into it then.
Okay, so Oxford, they've come out with the word of the year for 2022,
Okay.
which is funny because it's two words, as you eloquently pointed out. But no, so goblin mode. That means it's a slang term. It's a type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, and greedy. Typically in the way that rejects social norms and expectations.
Just like masturbating on the bus.
Yeah, that's
that
just
goblin?
I guess. Yeah, I guess. I like that your knee-jerk reaction was to beat off in public.
Well, what's the correct
I was kind of assuming that like you close the doors and ignore phone calls and eat some ice cream.
I just found out I'm a goblin.
You went felon,
So-
dude.
No, here's the thought. I don't think the word of the year I should be hearing about it on the word of the year chart.
I don't know,
I
man.
think
You've
I
already
came
heard it.
across it in the wild.
You've heard about it a few times today from me.
Talking about the word of the year.
You probably thought I was talking about goblins.
And I breezed past it.
Yeah, yeah. Can we breeze past something else in a moment?
Sure.
I have an update on Liver King.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I haven't seen anything from since his basically
The apology?
The apology
Okay, so
video.
I have to say this. So, and the only reason why I'm even mentioning this Jamoke right now is because on the last episode, we talked about how he got busted for saying that he was not on PEDs, right?
Right.
Performance-enhancing drugs. And then you're like, oh, has he said anything or came out with any sort of response? I was like, no, but he's probably going to say, it was fake or something like that, right?
He should have.
I'm so bummed because literally the next morning I got sent out like the videos of him. I'm like, God damn it! Like
Yeah.
it's always like the next day, right? So I just want to tell you, I'm gonna read to you what his apology was. Okay. Now he said, and I want to get your feedback as far as how you feel about it. He said, yes, I've done steroids, but Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves.
It's not a bad gambit.
The 80,000 people a day who try to kill themselves, who are hunting and hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition of life. Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost and weak and submissive. So I made it my job to model, teach, and preach a simple, elegant this is such dog shit. Anyways, elegant solution called ancestral living.
No wonder he needs steroids to heave all that onto his back. What a burden!
I feel kind of insulted that he thought that the rest of us like flabby plebes were gonna buy this bullshit.
You weren't eating bull testicles?
No,
I feel bad for those guys that are just choking down bull testicles,
no, thank you.
waiting
well, no,
for their abs to come.
I actually have. Well, no, I have that. I go. I wonder how many dudes have been eating the supplements and feeling the same sort of depression
Sure.
from the lack of results. Like, what don't know? It's like I don't know. I can't believe that for one, anyone thought he wasn't on steroids.
Sure.
But the people that did buy into his bullshit, I guess they're fucking dumb enough to buy his excuse. But I have prepared my own statement.
Okay.
Okay, and this is to justify my actions here.
Have you been on steroids?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you think? Do I look like I'm on steroids?
No. I didn't mean to hit it
You don't
so
see
hard.
me.
Yeah.
You don't see me eating bull balls either. Adam Riley, the booze guzzling podcaster, has been an experiment. to spread the message, to bring awareness to feline immune deficiency virus.
This is a brilliant way to get out of trouble.
This affects, hold on, feline AIDS
Yeah.
affects 2.5 to 4.4 cats worldwide.
Wow.
Okay? Do you understand? While most cases of feline AIDS come from deep bite wounds,
Sure.
there's been also cases of vertical transmission from pregnant cats from offspring to their litter.
Sure.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
That made about as much sense
Yeah.
as Liver King's apology. Okay, let's get back to Liver King. So anyway, Liver King said he's going 100% natural and stopping all steroid use now that he's been outed.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, and honestly, deep down he's probably relieved
Yeah.
because I'm sure that like every like fart he thought it was going to be like just the end. Because I can assume that like the massive amount, like the $11,000 a month of human HGH and like testosterone and everything else that he's injecting into his ass was probably like making his heart explode, right?
Yeah. He's going to die soon.
Well, this is what he said. He said, I fucked up this whole thing. I've learned from this, and the thing I've learned is that I'm not doing this again. Now this is my responsibility, my obligation. There are so many silver linings to this. Do you know how much how much better this is going to be for my health? And honestly, the only way I'm going to truly believe that he's stopped all testosterone usage is if like his testosterone level plummets so much, spiking his estrogen level.
Get some tits.
Some fucking tiggle bitties. Like if he's not doing some sort of like Victoria's Secret model, like at least lingerie or something like that, I'd
liver
look at
queen.
His liver queen. I'd look at him. Like, is that weird? I don't think it's weird. It's
I think it'd
weird.
be a kink.
All right, never mind. Thank you. All right, one person.
I'd look. No, I do think he needs to be like blood tests every week. Be like, all right, let's see if you're actually bullshitting.
Like, present it.
He doesn't have a pussy.
No? Is there?
No, he doesn't. He hasn't cut it off.
Oh, I think it's she. I think.
Yeah, you can think that.
I'm not gonna get you canceled. All right,
No,
so
it's like, what are you gonna cancel me from?
your free podcast.
This?
That you do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll send all the money back. Anyways. What? I don't even think I stepped over a line here.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm struggling up here, man.
No, that's fine. Do you want me to go
Yes.
go right into something else?
Anything
Okay.
else?
I don't think this fits, but let's go for it. Let's go right into something we haven't done in a while. We're gonna do a sexual kink. I'll give you the term.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right. Man, this is
Mine's
a hard
going
one.
dry.
This is a hard one.
Yeah. We go from Liver King's
Dude, the
tits
P
to
is
this.
silent, like in pterodactyl.
Yeah.
So I think, but it's
Isn't that why you can't hear a? Is that why you can't hear a pterodactyl in the bathroom? Because the P is silent, right?
A moment of silence
Thank
for
you.
that joke. This is Pacellomorphilia. Pacellomorphilia.
All right, so I don't even. There's no root words there that I can go with.
Yeah, this is one. Here, I'll give you a hint. All
Okay.
right? They'd be real into the president.
They get boned up by people that can't ride bicycles.
No, that's a good guess.
Okay.
All right. This is a person who is aroused by stuttering.
Hell yeah.
Which,
Put your pants back on.
yeah, I don't know how you discover this, or even how you like.
It's because you shoot when someone stutters. You've never.
Just found out something about you.
No, you don't. You don't.
We have 2 weeks rusty here.
Can we pause this?
Yeah.
God damn it.
And we're back. I was keeping it as a surprise, but we were drinking more whiskey, and I spilled the whiskey on my new breathalyzer. I wanted to.
Yeah, we'll be breaking that breathalyzer out in a bit. But can I since you mentioned the whiskey, I gotta at least say that we were given a bottle by listener Jay, who is in audience right now. Hello. Yeah. So the bottle is the whiskey is called Derive. It's a botanical whiskey. It is a wild take on whiskey. It's a brand new style bringing together Kentucky and California passions. I've never had a botanical whiskey before, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like,
I like it.
Very aromatic. I'm used to Jim Beam, which is just like drinking barbed wire.
That's
you know?
true.
So it's
And
like,
I was telling you in the break, it's like I'm not a fancy drink guy to where like
Yeah.
I've discovered I like just whiskey, water, but like there's something about this where it's still very much whiskey.
yeah, well,
But it's got a tiny amount of extra in it, which I guess you can call it botanical. I'm not very classy. I'm not going to talk about the
Renee,
notes of
who's not with
lilac.
us,
Yeah,
Renee,
she
who's
would
not
love
with
it.
us tonight. Well, no, she would love this, but she, her husband sent me a message that they've been drinking old fashions recently. I'm like,
Oh.
I get it, but like one,
Like
you know,
old-
but then like, can I just have whiskey and water?
Yeah, I've had a few friends that like, no, you'll love this one, and I'm just picky. I like just booze. I'm like that with like Bloody Marys too. I'm in Wisconsin. I'm like the only guy that doesn't like it because I get like heartburn, and I don't like to eat my drink. So
Yeah, I mean, in Wisconsin though, they serve you like a full chicken or something.
yeah, it's like
that
a
with it.
burger on top. But I will say this is very good whiskey, and it's awesome that your friend makes it.
No, it's outstanding,
Yeah.
man. Is there a website? Yeah,
Does it have one of
DE
those fancy letters over the top? Because that's gonna be trouble. I don't have that on my keyboard.
DERIVE.com. Derive Botanical Whiskey. So it's fantastic.
Thank you
very
for bringing
much.
it. I really
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it. I am laughing at the shape of that bottle. You guys
I'm
gotta.
actually. I hope that the continuity of the video for YouTube watchers are going to see. Wow, that
Yeah.
bottle went halfway down, and the
I was laughing like I can't wait for the internet to do something gross with that bottle because that's a pretty aggressive taper. You guys should throw a flared base on there because
yeah.
people
That's-
are lonely.
This is called just a tip, and then it goes right.
Yeah, it gets loud quick.
Yeah. It's almost 3 raccoons, man.
Oh, okay. I was gonna go right into this new thing I want to do
Okay.
because a lot of stuff happened the past couple of weeks with people sending stories, and honestly, we couldn't go through all of it. So I condensed down a story every 60 seconds, and I was just gonna like plow through it.
okay.
And I'm gonna see what Adam's response is. Are you ready?
I think.
All right, so this is a story that happened in Philadelphia. A body has been encased in concrete was discovered in a house. Okay, so
Jimmy Hoffa.
right? Tips received on the whereabouts of a woman missing for 8 years led to a body in concrete discovered. To make it worse, the house was a hoarder situation requiring 2 days of trash removal. The body was beneath a foot of concrete, and I had joked that like the telltale heart was apparently muffled by the trash in this one.
Oh.
So I just know that would have been my last day as a cop.
Yeah, I mean, like, what? I guess how much time do I have? 60 seconds.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to
Well,
cover
what
it.
I'm kind of curious about is like, was she murdered or did she just hoard concrete bags and then it rained or something?
Oh, right, yeah. Then the
no, I'm
first
being
side.
serious.
So it's going off to the
The
coroner.
humidity level is terrible in Philadelphia.
They said they did have to carefully chisel it out. I'm picturing like a gross Jurassic Park. Yeah.
There's still like the
Yeah.
one guy with the like, oh, you
Yeah.
think this is a joke with like the talon?
Yeah, exactly. See, I don't want to assume here, but if you encase it in concrete, it's probably too hard to explain to the cops. So I would guess foul play
Yeah, I would think so.
in this scenario, but it's still yet to be determined.
Okay, well, I guess we'll do an update.
All right, I'm going to keep plowing right through this, right into the next one. This is a hot headline out of Adeline, Australia. Did you know that snakes have 2 clitorises?
I mean, I've dated some snakes, and I don't know if I ever found their clit though. I would like to think that I'm making a joke here, but no,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that like I'm assuming like a zoologist found this. How'd they not find? How'd they not know?
Well, they said most people weren't looking for the clitoris of the snake.
Like I hope that the snake told them like you're down and to the right.
Yeah.
Like just this scientist is just rubbing for a while. Like
You can tell by the hiss. So I wanted to put here, like, snakes may actually be the root of all evil. It's been discovered that snakes have 2 clitorises, and this is coming from CNN.com.
what is that the plural for clitori?
Clitori?
I don't know.
Like clitorati?
I don't know.
All right. They reported that even though nobody
Clitorati.
was looking for it,
It's my gamer
and
tag
it was
now.
in fact hard to find, often mistaken for a scent gland, officially known
Hey, you know what? It can be a
Yeah,
scent
yeah,
gland. Let's
like-
be honest here, guys.
officially known as the
fisherman's
hemiclitoris, because it has 2 distinct parts. The organ appeared to be shaped like 2 teardrops that formed a love heart structure.
I hope that the next candle says this candle smells like a snake's clitori.
Yeah, we should actually get the real one from Gwyneth this next time. So it is yet to be determined why a snake has 2 clits, aside for the obvious reasons, playing it like a PS5 DualShock controller.
Hell yeah. Oh man, that's all right.
All right, next headline. All right, you
I
ready?
mean, this is still kind of sinking in, but all right.
If you think of something, just throw it in there. It's fine. All right, so number 3, a human heart has been discovered in a Texas salt
Wait, hold
barn.
on. Is it above the cloaca?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, snakes have cloacas. So like, can you put like a picture up? Because I mean, you're gonna as you're editing for like YouTube.
Dude, my
watch.
Google is fucked up enough. You want me to look up snake clit?
Hell yeah. I mean,
I'll
I'm
do
nervous.
it.
Can I be honest with you?
I'm surprised some guy from Florida didn't know this.
I drink a lot, and I'm nervous that if I Google snake clit, I'm nervous the link's gonna be purple.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I've been here.
I'm nervous. I'm like, oh man, I looked that up.
Dude,
a
that's
while
like your
ago.
John G from Memento.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It
Yeah,
is.
nice movie.
All right, so number 3. A human heart has been discovered at a Texas salt barn, which I had to look up. A salt barn is where they keep all the salt getting ready for winter.
Makes
Right?
sense.
Workers at a state transportation department salt facility in McEwen, with bad weather on the way, workers made a grisly discovery Thursday. A heart that was later confirmed to be a human male's was taken from the salt. It had been severely dehydrated.
It's just jerky.
Exactly. It had been severely dehydrated from the salt, and it was unclear how long it had been there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like a month or 8 years, probably.
Well, they
once you
said
jerky it up.
it was roughly the size of like a tennis ball, which,
All right. Well. Okay.
I mean, kudos to them for spotting that. I would have been like, that's trash. I wouldn't have like. This has like serial killer vibes to me. Like if you know eventually this will be
Yeah,
gone
I don't think you
through-
just stumble across it.
Yeah. So they're hoping that DNA testing will help, but this isn't exactly Lewinsky's dress we're
Yeah.
talking about. So.
Well, hopefully someone will come across
All right, I got it.
the owner. No? All right.
That was a hell of
Come
a
on.
pun.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you, audience. That was a great one.
I feel
right.
like I should end it.
Nah, plowing through.
Later, boners.
Last one. Hippo swallows a 2-year-old. I thought maybe you had seen this one.
I haven't.
So a 2-year-old boy.
A 2-year-old human.
A 2-year-old boy was swallowed by a rogue hippo, which I think is just known as a hippo. Most of them are rogues. In Uganda.
Yeah, like versus like
Like a
an
compliant
unrogue- yeah,
hippo.
yeah,
So in Uganda, and then apparently he spit it back out after an onlooker started pelting the hippo with stones, which kind of sounds like a biblical story.
yeah,
At this
it's very
point.
Jonah and the whale.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know that like besides, I think, aren't they like the mammal that kills the most
Yeah.
people? Right?
Yeah,
Like they're
lions.
super territorial.
Well, I remember you were telling me about this.
Yeah.
The thing about hippos, I didn't know because they are herbivores too. So it's not like, but they
No, they're
basically
just-
have like an imaginary
Yeah,
line, and if you cross it,
I remember like when I was in Kenya, I think I told you this, but my safari guide said you can walk right up to a hippo, but because it has like its own boundaries in its head. But he said you step one toe across that imaginary line, it's going to kill the shit out of you. But like you walk up to it, if it's like, you're fine.
Dude, the hippo is God's greatest joke. We'll make the most dangerous animal look the stupidest.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think I've went to there's this in Camden, New Jersey, I believe it is, but there's a zoo there where you can see like you walk down and you can see hippos underwater.
Is it
as
bad
well.
I went Camden, Africa? When you first said it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you can walk down so you can see hippos underwater
Sure.
as well, and it's really interesting. Like I don't know, it's
Yeah, they basically can run underwater. They're like
they kind of
super
like jump.
dense.
Yeah, they're pretty interesting. And since you like my pterodactyl joke, do you know what the difference is between a hippo and a zippo? One's heavy, the other one's a little lighter.
I do like that one. That was a fucking great one.
Boo.
Which one?
Yeah, you have to guess
Yeah.
which one.
So I was going to say, the unnamed toddler was playing by himself near his home on the shores of a lake in the town of Katy Cabartoro when the Hunger Games hippo grabbed him.
Does it say Hunger
It
Games?
said hungry hippos. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm making my own. Before the hippo could
Maybe
finish
that
the job.
kid volunteered
Yeah.
to be a tribute.
There you go.
Thank you.
Before the hippo could finish the job, quick-thinking bystander Christopher
Decided to get a stoned.
Bengonia, this guy stuck around for the interview, began chucking rocks, causing the hippo to vomit the boy back up. I kind of don't believe any of this. I don't, like, I've seen that hippo video where it crushes watermelons in its mouth.
Yeah.
Why would it swallow the boy and
Like
not
a
crush
snake.
him like a watermelon?
Like a snake with a clit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was our 60-second headlines. Like, Black Mamba. You can see both those clits. Leaves 2 marks
yeah.
in the sand as it goes.
Oh man.
All right. So you ready to try this thing?
All right. Sure.
All right. So again, real quick, what's the name of the whiskey while this counts down?
This is Derive Whiskey.
5 seconds.
It's right.
All right. So
DeriveWhiskey.com.
blow a candle out. Blow at the top. Blow at the top. There you go. Strong lungs. I can't wait to get pulled over with this, and I'm gonna argue with the cop.
0.06.
0.06.
Yeah, still good.
I'd love to disagree with the officer. Be like, officer, I think our equipment disagrees.
Yeah. I do appreciate your
difference.
nice callback there. As far that is literally the second time I've ever done a breathalyzer.
When did you do?
You just said the first time. You said strong lungs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why don't you tell that story then?
I mean, I'll try to do the Reader's Digest version of it, which means that.
People don't know what Reader's Digest is anymore.
Oh my God, I'll do a short story long here.
There you go.
Okay, so when I was 17, I was out camping with some buddies, and then we ended up getting kicked out because we were too loud, and then have to do a breathalyzer, right, with a park ranger. This is at Governor Dodge in Wisconsin, and I remember my buddy. He goes, don't breathe deep into it. I'm like, okay, sure, And so as I'm breathing into it, I'm going like that. And the park ranger, she goes, you need to breathe, harder into it. So I keep trying like that, and over, and because it keeps popping up 0. Keep in mind, I got woken up because I was drunk, passed out in a tent.
Right. Yeah.
I got woken up to get kicked out of Governor Dodge. Yeah.
Like, we've all
anyway,
been camping.
I was that kind of drunk. It wasn't one of those. I had an NA,
Yeah.
And so anyway, so she's getting frustrated, and I don't know where I went with this, but somehow I just pulled a Homer, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's your '90s Simpsons reference. But I pulled a Homer, and I said I got super frustrated with the park ranger. I said, "Listen, I can't help that I can't breathe harder than that. I was born with premature lungs."
So you liver kinged her.
I liver kinged her. Yeah. There's 4,000 people a day born with premature lungs. No, so I was born with premature lungs. I tried, going into the military, and I couldn't do it. They wouldn't even accept me.
Deep. That's a good follow up.
Keep in mind, I was already enlisted in the military.
Yeah.
But
dog tags on?
yeah, right. She's like, oh. But anyway, so she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I don't mean to be sexist here, but I think a dude would be like, fuck off, breathe deeper.
Oh,
You know
so
what
you're
I mean?
calling women stupid?
No, I'm just saying
tricked that
she's
stupid.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that she was more like, oh, sweetie, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She was
like that.
compassionate. And
Yeah,
you took
versus
advantage
guys
of
were
it.
like, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Breathe deeper.
No,
So anyway, that's the second time, and I'm more. I'm more legal then than when I was illegal then.
Sure. I just love this in compact form now.
Yeah,
too.
it is. This thing could fit up your ass.
Yeah.
It's smaller than 3 raccoons.
So actually, let's go right into a would you rather. And
Okay.
I forgot where I saw this. If I remember the quote, I'll put it in the YouTube thing. But I thought this was a good one because I thought this one opened discussion. So this is a would you rather, right? You ready?
Sure.
So would you rather be a billionaire, right?
Okay.
I love how it's would you rather is normally it's 2 bad things, but this would you rather is would you rather be a billionaire or be you?
A billionaire.
So, all right. So
I don't know. I'm pretty happy.
would you rather be a billionaire, but you have to blow a guy every day, every day, for that billion?
Okay. Do I get to pick the guy?
I didn't think about that, but I'm gonna say you get to pick the guy.
Is he a premature ejaculator?
You're not picking me. But yeah,
I need somebody that's
if you could screen them.
if I could screen
Can you
somebody.
use that billionaire to find the most easily get one of those guys with the back?
Yes.
Broke his back and he comes every 3 seconds.
Yeah, I need some guy that
can't be at a park.
if he prees his pants. Oh, you're gonna pre yourself. Or
So you go
or just blow a guy or blow a guy?
Or you're you not blowing a guy, which is the equivalent of not having $1 billion.
Yeah, man. I mean, can I do it once and then just invest?
No. This is like Brewster's Millions. It's gone the next day.
Oh man, and I can't buy a bunch of property. Like you can't just beach him once and then.
Yeah, but then that guy owns it, and you didn't blow him, so he's not gonna let you use
Is
it.
all for naught?
Yeah. This is you got to show up every day.
Like work, like
Yeah.
like this is wiping sweat from my brow.
I was thinking about this too, and it's more interesting than that because like, let's say you're a billionaire and you want to go on vacation, you got to bring them.
Yeah,
you know, you got to be like, I guess 2 camels for the pyramid tour. It's just like,
oh man,
I would torture him the rest of the day.
That would be in a very I'm trying to think of like how would you explain that on a honeymoon to Fiji, a very extravagant honeymoon to Fiji.
Like, you'd be like, look around the room, honey.
Yeah. Gotta hit
blood,
the
sweat,
ATM
and tears
as an ass to mouth. Because eventually the blowjob's just not gonna do it.
Yeah,
you gotta do butt stuff probably.
I think like you get real good at it. I bet you can get this down to like 15, 20 seconds.
Oh, where you create an emotional attachment with him.
Yeah,
where he's like he just.
It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah. Just,
you know it should be 2 minutes. But
I think if you're gonna blow somebody, I don't think you're supposed to brush your teeth at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like julienne it like a carrot.
All right, so you would go that route too?
I don't know. I mean, sounds pretty awful. I don't know how ladies do it. I think that's a Louis C.K. bit where he's like, I think each dick takes a little out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, that billion puts a lot in you. I like to think of it like, listen, yes, awful. Yes, of course. But you'd probably get a best friend out of it.
It's just, yeah, of course, yeah. Could he wear a condom? Let's push the goalpost a bit. Can he wear a condom?
Yes, but it has a hole in it.
Can you wear a mouth condom?
Yes,
you just
but
be
it
like
has a hole in it.
Can you pick where the holes are? Can they not align?
You know what? I'll let you wear a mouth condom because it's like
it's not like
your shame's not going to leak through.
What's that game where you have to do this?
I think it's called mouth condom. So I know what you're talking about.
Serious. What is that game?
I don't know the name of it. It's like dentist or something like that.
I think we're discussing now what you played with your uncles.
I was saying audience, not the ladies. I guess we got to invert this. And that's not fair.
What's that called? Where you have you have to enunciate things?
That's called dentist. No, it's a game.
Is it? Yeah. No, hold on. We're not doing that. Like, are you blowing the guy or not?
Can I just lay back?
No.
No.
You're blowing the guy. I see over on the left side.
Yeah.
For $1 billion, that's me and you.
She's like,
to never work again.
$1,000 is a lot too. A day? $1,000 a day?
Dude, you can knock a 3-pack of zeros off that number.
If you got a blowjob every day, you would not come in 5 minutes. They didn't say they had to do it till they came.
You're not good at blowjobs. All right, so the audience, and I said that to the audience member with her husband next to her.
Yeah.
So, hey,
she's
not
pregnant
billionaires.
too. She's pregnant.
Oh, well, yeah. It's good to know. Listen, listeners, I would love to know. This was a fun one because it's just like, this really stirs the pot. Turn to your favorite person. Find out what they think.
Well, I'm kind of. I mean, I feel like you could take a. Why don't you, instead of saying blow, why don't you just say like lick a butthole or something? You know, because like, I mean, there's like 50% of the, actually over 50%.
Hold on.
I'm just saying, like something all mutually awful, like that it goes across all planes there. Because I mean, like half of the population has blown somebody.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that doesn't cross genders. Like chicks would be like, yeah, I'm fucking blow guy.
Listen, this is the thing. It's like if someone was gay, I wouldn't offer them this deal. I would find out what they don't want to do.
I have a couple buddies who were like, hell yeah, I'd pay $1 billion to blow somebody.
And after that, I'd blow 10 more guys.
Yeah. No, I think that you should say like a homeless man's asshole.
I like to think of it like I would support a whole city, and they would like I'd let them know.
Yeah,
how I supported them.
They put a statue of me blowing somebody like in the town square.
This is the thing. This is where people don't understand.
You better
$1 billion.
polish the tears.
Yeah, it's like
I'm weeping.
It's like what's 1 million seconds? Isn't it like 30-something days?
I don't know
then like
blowjob math.
$1 billion.
I'm just saying, like I feel like
$1 billion is like 34 years. I'm like, this is what I do for this community. I would
saying,
rise it up on my back
but
like some kind of gay atlas.
That's just the dick on your shoulders.
Yeah.
No, that's not fair though, because like I feel like a minute
We should only do What You Rathers from now on.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just saying, like let's say, like, I don't know, 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
I don't know, 5 minutes. I don't know. But what I'm getting at, though, is that, like, that's
Do
like
I get
saying,
to be
like,
like, do I get to be like, I'm tired, you do it? Like,
yeah, I've
like
got
every woman
TMJ.
in history.
Yeah. No, like, I feel like it's not fair because it's like, I feel like dick and mouth time ages like from Interstellar.
You're saying like when
You
you're
know?
sucking a dick, you're by a black hole, and it's like every hour, it's like 7 years on
Yeah,
Earth?
exactly.
Okay.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh my god. You just start looking like the Crypt Keeper over time. That's not fair.
All right, so from what I got from that,
I'll build a
we'd
city.
we'd be billionaires, but we'd probably drink a lot of French whiskey,
Yeah.
which
I would-
again,
a lot of bereavement.
bereavement. I think it's bereavement. at
That's
that
the
point.
joke.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. Welcome
Yeah.
to the party, buddy.
Okay. I've been drinking. You saw my 0.13. All right.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. Did you see Best Buy got literally smash and grab robbed in Janesville here?
Oh yeah, it was a drive-through.
Yeah, they turned it into a drive-through. This
That's
was
pretty cool.
this was like a week.
This is real. This is
Yeah,
local.
this really happened a week or so ago. I looked it up. It was a 2022 Ford Edge, which I'm like, I don't think that had a plow on it or much towing capacity, which meant they smashed a pretty valuable car in.
I mean, I seriously doubt that they bought that car.
I guess I didn't think about that. To where it's just like,
I would drive your car through that place before I drive mine. What are you
That's
talking
true.
about?
I didn't think about it, but anyways, yeah, they literally smashed through the front doors, loaded up stuff, and skedaddled.
Yeah, what is happening at the Janesville Best Buy?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, some fat guy stole 2 MacBooks.
I saw it. It looked like he was gonna kill himself later that day.
Yeah,
He was like,
like,
"Listen, I only own a blue
Tell
sweatshirt."
my kids I love them. What?
Yeah, I think I got 2 MacBooks and a eulogy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about like, turns out you can do doorbuster deals whenever you want.
I'll allow it. All right, take 2. So
Yeah.
turns out you can do doorbuster
Yeah, take it,
deals
man.
whenever you. Aren't I funny, guys?
That's super clever.
Yeah, thank you. I feel good about it.
So what else you got? What else?
All right, so I know that a lot of people are upset about some recent sports trades. Okay?
Trades?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like trades?
Well, no, like
I'm gonna breathalyze myself again. Keep going.
Go ahead. Now, I realize you can't please everyone when creating free agents and like swaps with like basketball players and stuff like that.
I'm gonna earn $1 billion real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to cup the balls.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sure that Jake's about to have thinking I'm having an aneurysm right now talking about sports.
I was curious.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
That's
point-
why he blew. That's why he's making that $1 billion.
0.11.
Really? Are you burping into that
I
thing?
think it's because I just drank and then I did it.
Well, why are you doing
Keep
it?
talking about sports. This is fascinating.
All
I
right.
want to see where you go with this. I don't think you know how.
All right. So anyway, I'm talking about actually Brittany Griner.
That's what I thought. Okay. You're not talking about sports. You're talking about like geopolitical politics
no.
and the trade for a fucking weapons deal.
No,
You're
I'm
not
talking about. I'm
sports.
talking about the WNBA.
WNBA is not a sport.
I mean, don't they lose money every year?
WNBA is not a sport.
Oh no! Okay, so we're talking about Brittany Griner being traded for Victor Bout.
Okay.
Okay, and if you're not familiar with who Victor Bout is, he is the Russian person who was convicted, and I quote, for conspiring to kill Americans, for acquiring and exporting anti-aircraft missiles, and for providing material to support terrorist organizations.
Standard Russian stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's like
yeah.
thus begun.
That's what every 80s
Yeah,
movie's
they
about.
just wake up. Yeah, exactly. So I've heard a lot of talk about, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I wanted to call to attention to a couple of things. I've heard what?
I had a notification from Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elon was like, keep talking.
Here's your billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just blew me.
Twitter, Elon offered me.
So anyway,
Fine, WNBA is a sport. I see you over there eyeballing me. All right, she doesn't think it's a sport either. So,
Okay,
okay,
so-
yeah. Anyways,
she's a good sport. So are you. So anyway, so I want to talk about Paul Whelan.
who's Paul
Okay.
Whelan?
Paul Whelan he's that guy that you've been hearing a lot of ruckus about. He's the Marine who's over in Russia right now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you just
Yeah.
didn't know him by name.
No,
but
yeah.
he's a Marine. He's arrested in Russia for being like an American spy or whatnot.
Sure.
Right? And what bothers me about this, I want to bring a couple things up about him, is that because you hear a lot of people saying like, why the fuck did they bring Brittany Griner over when Paul Whelan or Weiland or whatever, how you say his name, the Marine, this war hero or whatever, this heroic Marine.
I do kind of agree with
up.
that, but I'm anxious to hear the reason that I
well,
shouldn't be.
I'm glad you say that.
Yeah.
Because I want to touch on a couple things. First and foremost, Paul was never on an option to be brought over. Okay.
Sure.
And the reason why I say this is because you hear a lot of people saying like, why the fuck we bring this basketball player over, but not this other guy who's like locked up, right?
Right.
And the other caveat to it is that they keep saying that he's a Marine, and I was like looking at this picture, it's like, oh wow, this debonair Marine, showing him in his dress blues, and then I look at that's like a 20-year-old picture. Like that guy's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, and I know it sounds like a hot take because whatever, but like keep in mind.
No, you're a Marine.
Keep in mind, listeners, I'm also a Marine, and this guy's a fucking shitbag. And the reason why I say it.
Fuck him. Fuck Paul.
No, for real. Because, like, first of all, he was kicked out of the Marine Corps for larceny, so he's a thief, and he got a dishonorable discharge.
Okay.
Okay, so you kind of get your Marine card pulled on that. So, like, fuck you.
What, did you, like, not take a vaccine?
No. But, like,
sorry, I was just doing that for the the algorithm to block us.
Now, yeah, there we go.
This is why we don't have any views, because Jake made a vaccine comment.
Anyway, but I just wanted to at least say that because because I've had people send me articles and stuff like that, like, oh, you should talk about this on the podcast. But I don't think
so. People did glom onto the fact that he's a Marine.
They globbed onto it, but they didn't. But they globbed onto it gleefully, but blindly so.
Sure.
Does that make sense? And so I thought that since people were sending me articles about it, and like, oh, you should talk about this, I just at least wanted to like call to light, like, fuck him, and on top of that, he's, I don't know, like I went a little bit and do your own research, I guess you could say, but
so this
like,
is a bad deal. We had a good Russian. We should have waited and traded for better.
What I'm getting at is that even if Russia like offered a twofer with Paul and Brittany,
sure, for
this Victor guy,
yeah, I
would never have wanted that to happen, because this dude is literally like the god, like Lord of War, like he's a fucking arms trader.
The Nicolas Cage movie,
essentially.
Is that?
But but I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they would give up this dude, who's a renowned arms dealer,
sure,
for these other people, like that's what I don't. That's the frustrating thing that I wanted to say. That like, you have no right answer.
Sure.
Other than the actual, like, when you take a step back and be like, nobody is worth letting this guy go.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to get at. So I don't know. I mean,
I get what you're saying.
Unless you have a better deal. I guess the best way I could say, if I had to think of a way to make him be free, would be for me to not have to blow a guy for $1 billion, but still keep the $1 billion.
Sure.
All right. Does that count?
Sure.
All right. Give me a breathalyzer.
All right, blow into that. All right. So Adam's lining up to just blow a candle out. Yep. Just there you go. What do you got?
0.11.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah. All right.
We should make a game out of this somehow. It's where like you can't answer unless you're above a 0.1.
Yeah,
something like that. Like next time we'll do that.
Would you fuck A or B?
No, like we'll have Renee back on.
Both.
I was gonna say, do you what else do you got there?
Okay, well, I've got a story here we can talk about. Now, there's a recent research that shows that the commonly known blue boner pill,
Viagra,
yeah, that old people know and love,
yeah,
may be useful for more things than making like a Caribbean beach resort awkward. Right?
Sure, because I think that's how they discovered it. It wasn't originally intended to be a boner pill. It was like they were testing heart pills, and it was like a side effect. And they're like, "Hello, product."
Help heart palpitations.
Yeah,
and I went from 6 to midnight.
Yeah. A lot of the contestants kept running home,
or to the bathroom. Okay, so anyway, so research has shown that Viagra can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's by almost 70%.
Really?
Yeah, and this is a recent thing here. And this is actually one of the researchers. I'm just going to quote him. His name is Dr. Oh my God, Feixiong, Dr. Fiong Chang.
Chang. So I can imagine where this guy's from.
All right. All right.
You got a quote coming?
I got a quote. It has been shown to
What?
It has been shown to greatly, significantly improve the cognitive. I'm trying to just completely.
Listen,
fast.
I guess I'm racist. I didn't think you'd be that Irish. I don't know. Holy shit!
Are you talking about Dr.
Yeah.
Fion Chang?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
It has been shown to significantly improve cognitive and memory preclinical models. Viagra.
This
He's
guy's
always-
not from Ireland.
He's always after me, lucky toxic proteins. No, I added that last part. Sorry. So anyway, I'm done with
so
the
confused right now. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
All right,
I guess
so-
fuck me
all right.
for thinking I know what was coming.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit,
Yeah.
man.
And you are too, listener. You
Yeah.
didn't know that was
All
coming.
right. So anyway, but seriously, so I did bring up the toxic proteins, but he did say, Dr. Fiong Chang, he did say that many neuroprotective effects and reduced levels of toxic proteins. Sorry, go ahead.
That was nicely done.
All right, thank you. Yeah. All right. So basically, what that means is that that essentially the Viagra, it knocks down whatever toxic proteins that build up that help contribute to the risks of Alzheimer's.
I do remember that I thought, and maybe medical listeners I thought Viagra was just a vasodilator to where it opens up capillaries and stuff, and that's why you got an erection. I guess that makes sense for blood flow in the brain, to where it's just cleaning the pipes.
Maybe, sure, yeah, in more ways than one. Am I right? So anyway,
Dude, that Irish thing was brilliant. What the fuck was that?
So that's Fio Mick Chang. So anyway, you okay?
Yeah,
All right. So
you got me there.
all right. All right. So basically, imagine if you're if you're pushing rope, right?
Yeah, I know.
If you're pushing rope, and if you if you're having trouble getting a boner prescription, right? And you can't afford Viagra. There's also another thing that does help with Alzheimer's, and that's coffee.
Okay.
Did you know this?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, so research also shows that those that have consumed larger than normal amounts of coffee, it also does help fight Alzheimer's.
Sure.
So I don't
it's
know.
Like, a Viagra latte or something like that.
Yeah. So I thought that actually here's what it says. It says a study shows that people who drank a larger than average amount of coffee were at less risk of developing a mild cognitive impairment, a pre-stage of Alzheimer's disease.
Who sponsored this? Starbucks and Dunkin'? This is
Yeah. No,
this is not sound science.
I do want to say though, as I was going through this, it jogged this memory loose. I remember when I was a kid, when you just hear things differently.
So take the coffee black. You made that awful. I was just questioning it. Keep going.
No,
What happened when you were a kid?
I like my coffee how I prefer slaves. And that's free. Okay? Whether if that's I didn't come up with that joke. I stole it. I'm sorry. If you didn't appreciate free slaves, freeing slaves, then you're a piece of shit. So anyway,
No. Keep going. Let's get in trouble. Let's keep going.
yeah, if you didn't laugh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't want them free.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. So anyway, when I was young, I remember hearing Alzheimer's.
Don't stop. Keep going.
I hope you cut that.
No, it doesn't do that.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, but I remember when I was young, when I would hear Alzheimer's, I used to think it was Old-timers disease.
Oh, yeah.
One of those kids saying the damnest things. And then
Dude, actually, I have a weird. Keep going. I have a weird
no,
story
go
about
ahead.
it.
What is it?
All right, so it's fucking cold out right now, so maybe other idiots can identify with. When I was younger, I always thought they were saying that the windshield would be -30
Instead of wind chill?
instead of wind chill. I was like, oh yeah, that's why it's so hard to scrape. It's
yeah.
why the fuck?
Mom's out there
Yeah,
snapping her driver's license in
I
half.
remember just being like, man, that windshield is -50 degrees. Like, what are you doing? So, I'm right there with you. I hear things wrong.
Well, anyway, so when I was little, I used to think that it was called Alzheimer's disease
That
instead
makes
of
a lot of-
Alzheimer's.
it
But to be
does-
fair,
it-
I'd never heard the word Alzheimer before.
I'm
or the
calling
name.
it that from now on.
Well, now I realize that
Show me the kid with it.
the real Alzheimer's disease is impotency.
Yeah.
Obviously, right? And if you don't believe me, you can swing by like my gym, the gym locker room,
Yeah.
like at any time,
That's horrific.
and you're just gonna see like some old guy with like a perfectly unused towel
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
over around his neck or shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, like just completely naked, with more confidence than I'll ever have in my entire life. And this is coming from a naked guy.
Yeah.
You know, but like these guys, it's like, dude, it's like a Cheeto sitting on a beanbag
Yeah,
chair.
it's horrific.
Right? You know, but like anytime I see that, it immediately brings me back to high school. Let me finish.
What?
Yeah, hear me out. But like, you know, I wrestled, and I remember one of my wrestling coaches, he would do that shit, just completely naked. Or, you know, just, you know, like he just grew up like probably in a different age, obviously, and but you know, more comfortable with themselves than I could ever be. But just like, you know, towel slung over his shoulder, be like, "Hey, Riles, you did a really good job earlier tonight, but like, you know, you got to really change levels, you know, when you're going in for that takedown." I'm like, get away from me. Like,
You know you were molested. Right? This is what that is. Like,
Yeah.
this is where it's just like
Yeah.
the grooming is too strong. Like,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
no. He was teaching me the cradle.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I should be a therapist.
Fair enough.
And
Yeah.
sober.
yeah. You know, you can break therapist into two words.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. So anyway,
I feel like we took a journey with that.
sorry about that. So anyway,
What time did your wrestling coach talk to you? Was it in your bedroom at night?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, we got to work on your technique.
Yeah. But I just want to say that I do
You're starting
appreciate
in the down position.
I do. God damn it.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the new research though, because it turns out that Alzheimer's
Old timers.
and old timers
Yeah.
can both be cured by Viagra.
This is horrible news for the nursing home.
Yeah.
It already has a bad STD
Well, no,
problem.
I guess because, you know, Viagra cures cures both of them.
Sure.
And honestly, if you don't take the Viagra, eventually you'll just forget why you're soft. You
So-
know, like,
Do you think Alzheimer's is the lack of post-nut clarity?
oh my God. You know, I happen to know somebody in particular that
You know what I'm talking about.
learned the phrase post-nut
Man,
clarity.
I'm looking at both cameras here.
And,
You know
and
exactly
they
what
have shoehorned it into every conversation.
Yeah. Alzheimer's is just, you know, pushed into your body by a limp penis.
Stop it. Okay,
right.
so anyway, okay, well, so
I'm trying to
let's-
gross the crowd out.
Yeah. So while we're on the spirit of the elderly, I feel like we should go right into this week's edition of Check on Your Grandparents.
No, yeah.
Okay. So a handful of listeners have actually sent me this one, and I'm gonna just read the title because I was trying to think of something witty, and I'm like, it's enough. Okay. So here, hospital evacuated after 88-year-old man arrives with World War I bomb lodged in his rectum.
Excuse me?
Now, yeah, there you go. So here's where, since Tony couldn't be here tonight because of inclement weather, here's your stop and Google moment.
Are you going to do the math on this? Because I feel like we should do the math on this.
What's that?
You said World War I, right?
World War I.
He's 88?
That would be 1934.
Shouldn't it be a World War II shell?
Well, if you remember
I'm sorry. Keep
if
going.
you remember last month we talked about Armistice Day, which was ended in 1917, 1918.
Yeah.
God, where's Renee when we need her? So it was November
home
11th,
asleep.
1918.
Yeah, okay.
So he definitely he was, I guess, is that like hipster?
Is it an
Hipster dildos?
antiquing?
Yeah.
Was he antiquing?
He's antiquing. So anyway, here's just stop a Google moment. I wrote this down. But Jake, I hope you can pop up like a picture of what they pulled out of this guy's ass.
I have so many puns. I will. Like right here.
Yeah, right there. And then maybe
You said a mortar?
It was just a bomb. It was like a shell, right? And so anyway, they called in a bomb disposal unit to send to clear his disposal unit.
Sure.
Right? But they determined that there was like little to no possibility of the shell exploding inside of him.
All right.
And I love this quote from the doctor, and I think that this is what actually brought
I have a joke on deck, but I don't want to ruin your joke in case you have this joke. So I'm going to
Sure.
let you finish, and then if you don't hit it,
All right.
I'm taking it.
Yeah. So one of the doctors said, an apple, a mango, even a can of shaving foam. We're used to finding unusual objects inserted where they shouldn't be all the time. But a shell? Never. Right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely a first for him. After the bomb
apple.
squad, they made their assessment, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
The doctors, they did an abdominal surgery because the doctors said they're like, it rarely comes out the way it went in.
Right. Yeah.
So they literally had to pull this thing out of his abdomen.
Okay.
I guess now it was a dirty bomb.
80. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that wasn't what I had. But that's good. I like that.
Yeah. So anyway, so they had to pull this thing out,
All right.
and if you're curious on the size, it wasn't centimeters, but I just wrote it down in inches because we're in freedom here, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So
How many king thumbs? Was
it was actually 2.3 king thumbs
deep.
in diameter.
Oh, across.
Yeah. So a king thumb is an inch.
Yeah.
So it's
that's a-
2.3 inches in diameter and almost 8 king thumbs
There you
in
go.
length,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you can imagine, this is definitely much smaller than 3 raccoons. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
so if you're nervous about if this thing would be too big for you, just remember 3 raccoons can comfortably fit inside your asshole at one time.
Did we do the math earlier?
Go ahead.
All right, so I hate that I know this, but the human anus can stretch up to 9 inches before it incurs damage, right? And the average raccoon only requires an opening as big as 3 inches to crawl inside. So that means that you can withstand 3 raccoons.
In theory.
You can withstand 3 raccoons simultaneously crawling in your anus before any permanent damage is to be worried about.
So remember this raccoon diameter math. Every time she tries to tell you, no, you're too big to go in there. Just remember, you're not bigger than 3 raccoons.
Yeah.
Okay. So now he did find this. It was a French relic, right, from
Sure.
World War One.
So it's never used.
Yeah. Don't they say that
the
they're like
old French
French
joke.
dropped
Yeah.
dropped once, never
Well,
fired.
they abandoned in Paris so they wouldn't break it.
But he did find this at his brother's house. I don't know why his brother had it, but then after he found it, I'm not sure like what compelled him to do his own like, I don't know, prequel or sequel to the Hurt Locker.
There it is. That was my joke. I was sitting there like, there's a fucking Hurt Locker sequel. So I was like, I'm going to let him get it. I'm going to leave him alone. I bet he's got the same brain. Okay, yeah. I was sitting on a Hurt Locker fucking sequel.
I was gonna say Squirt Locker too. That was another
there
one
you
too,
go,
right?
yeah.
So anyway, so I
He's
guess
still Hawkeye.
I guess-
He's tired of life. He doesn't want to see
So
his
there's my
family.
movie recommendation. Is Hurt Locker if you haven't seen it. And so if you want to watch that
Yeah.
on your phone while you're blowing up a toilet.
Yeah, you can watch the bomb knock the rust off the car.
Yeah. So anyway, so please, listeners, check on your grandparents.
Yeah.
They're shoving things up their asses. They're putting jump ropes in their pee holes, and they're taking Viagra to remember your name.
Listen, here's all I'm saying. Let them do what they want.
Yeah, all right.
They've earned that right. I don't know. Maybe talk to them about a flared base. Unlike our bottle out here.
I did save the last swig for you.
All right, sure. Let's walk home.
And that-
Why not?
Yeah, Jake's gonna walk home
Yeah.
in a legit like ice storm right now. So
Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
fine. I'll find
Thank
my
you
way.
very much.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate it.
much. Which again?
That was fantastic.
What was the website? Is it
DerivWhiskey.com.
DerivWhiskey.com?
So, DERIVE whiskey.com. It's botanical whiskey, and it is fantastic.
Yeah.
Clearly, because
And you'll see an in memory of Jake Bussey eulogy when you go there over the next week or
for
two.
his liver. Yeah.
Sure. Wow, that was quite a walk
Yeah.
we did. I'm pretty much. You know what? I have a small recommendation. I'm gonna make it
Is
quick.
it Squirt Locker?
No, it's not Square Locker. It's very PG, which no one made it to.
it Square
No
Locker?
one's made it this far in the podcast. And they're like, let's hear about something wholesome. But I wanted to recommend a YouTube video by Mark Rober. Do you know who Mark Rober is?
You think it'd be everything but wholesome.
There you go. A butt joke. Our listener is actually from San Francisco in the crowd, where Mark Rober is actually from. He was a NASA basically rover technician who quit to make YouTube videos. He is the origin of, do you know the glitter bomb? Okay, so the glitter bomb, he had a package stolen. He made the glitter bomb with the 4 cameras. He came out with the 4th and final
I love how petty.
glitter bomb.
Yeah. I don't even think it's I don't think it's the final. He
I don't
just
think it's
keeps
the
like
final.
it's like 2.0,
Yeah.
3.0, 4.0.
So if you watch the progression of it, it started with like 4 cameras and a spinning device at the top when you take it off. Basically, it's for people because I think it's like 1.5
Porch pirates.
million packages are stolen every I thought it was every year. And basically, they steal this package, and when they open it, it spins glitter and sprays fart spray into their apartment, and it gives us a funny video to laugh at. So he's been doing it. This is the 4th iteration, and it's his magnum opus, or whatever you want to call it, the perfection. Because this new one, when they open it, it pops open with 2 drones that take off.
You guys you need to watch the video because Jake
really
made me
do.
watch the video tonight.
I laughed
before
so
we
hard.
did, and it is really funny because they even simulated if you try to chase this thing down like a loose bat.
Yeah, they
in your house with a broom, it evades you.
Yeah, they changed the code, so if you try to chase this glitter dropping drone,
It's spraying glitter
It will
everywhere.
go around you, and while you're doing that, it sprays a liter a minute of fart spray with an essence of skunk into your living room. So like, this is one of those like the internet is made for Mark Rober. It's like the best content, but it's also like the content that's not what I enjoy, which is like rated R, gross stuff. This is like, you watch it with your kids. It's fantastic. So if you haven't seen it, go enjoy all the videos.
I love it when things kind of like collapse in on themselves.
Yes.
And when I say this, I'm talking about much like an Ouroboros. Like the snake eating itself.
Or that guy when he got the shell pulled out.
Yeah, exactly. He just turned into a vacuum.
Like a dying star.
But no, yeah. But no, like I love it when I've seen the videos by that guy where they're like, oh, it's one of those glitter bombs.
Yeah,
Like, oh my God, you're like a Catch a Predator going, I hope this isn't Catch a Predator.
Yeah. It's like, he shamed me. But I will say, he also has my other favorite video. He made a squirrel parkour course in his backyard where it's basically testing, and it's like,
how much? I mean, out of curiosity, how much do you think each? Because 2 drones and then 4 phones, and then glitter's running out in the world.
It is,
right?
It's made in New Jersey. It's a weird conspiracy. We'll go into it next time.
Okay, so there you go. Episode 104. We'll talk about glitter disappearing. Yeah. But anyway, but I'm kind of curious. How much do you think that costs? Because I don't know what a liter of fart spray is, but I know I could produce that. And I will do it for half price, whatever it is. Like, you hire me, I will go to your house, I will sit on your porch
I would think
in a box with air holes.
Easily $1,000. But anyways, I honestly can't recommend that enough. If you want an hour to kill, just go watch the
It is entertaining
bomb
stuff. Yeah, I love just watching. I hate thieves. I mean the only thing I would say that's more entertaining to me than the glitter bomb things is when they weld like the spike that goes into the sinking bike seat.
Yes.
The people that steal bikes, they go to sit down on the seat, and the seat goes down and then just goes into their ass.
I don't know what Tony Hawk move that is.
Oh man. Okay, so before we end, I have to say a couple things. One,
we're ending? I thought we were gonna. We should.
Okay, listener K, she knows that you like sour things.
I do like sour things.
So she's presented us with this.
Is that what that is? I've been looking at this green
It's
basket.
been sitting here.
Yeah.
This is the, thank you very much, listener K. This is for Jake. This is I think it's just the Pucker Sour Bomb. You want to show the cameras?
It's fantastic. There's a Butterfinger in there, which I'm really curious about.
I'm going to show you
Butterfinger makes a sour thing? It's just old Butterfingers.
Stale Butterfingers.
But no, I do because if you've seen the heat stuff, I'm learning to like heat. I really actually do like spicy stuff, but like the insane stuff is awful. But I have always loved lemons.
Remember.
I love sour stuff.
I remember
Warheads.
Almost 20 years ago, Jake could not handle spicy things at all.
Yeah.
And anytime I would ever get him like a sandwich, I would give him a sandwich from like Subway or something like that if I was getting myself one, because we've been working together for like 18 years. And I would tell like the chick, behind like the making the sandwich, I'm like, can you put a single slice of jalapeno about 2 bites into that? She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah,
like a spicy Cosby.
Yeah, exactly. But no, but like, and now here you are doing spicy challenges.
I was like, I'm doing it. It's awful.
Yeah,
but I'm doing it.
And jalapenos are nothing. So
no,
you've
but
gone quite well.
Thank you so much, listener K. I don't think this would be fun for me to watch. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
we'll make Renee eat some of it. I bet she won't. She
will.
She doesn't seem like a spicy.
When she comes out, no, I know that she's got a historical one teed up, so we'll have her eat some sour stuff and then try to tell us about Elizabeth Bathory.
Oh,
All
sure.
right. Now, I do also want to say this too, listeners. If you are on our Patreon, come pick up your knife. We have your gifts for the Patreon members. If you want a knife, subscribe to our Patreon. Jake, you want to tell them how to go on to the Patreon?
Yeah, if you go to our Patreon, become a subscriber, we have cloaca knives. And I think we're doing a funny contest. Send us your picture of your knife stabbing something interesting.
Yeah. Actually, he's saying that, but it sounds like a joke, but we're being very serious. We the website that we have now is going to be up and running. And it is the nonessentialspodcast.com. It's the nonessentialspodcast.com, and it is pretty much done. But I want to have a file where all of our Patreon members are stabbing something funny. You got to have make sure that you.
And listen, I hate to say this aloud, but no people. I mean, like, I can't.
Okay,
I don't want to be drug into court being like,
if
I
it's
did
yourself
it for the podcast.
And it's not fatal, I'm okay with it. Bonus points if you stab a cloaca. Okay.
Yeah, if you honestly, I don't know what you're gonna win, but if I get a picture of someone like shucking a cloaca with the cloaca knife.
Yeah, if you do that, then you win a free $1 billion blowjob from Jake.
And 6 eggs from our chickens.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much. This has been episode 103.
Oh, and I wanted to say, from all of us, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Gosh, yes.
Like, honestly, thank you so much. This has been a weird thing that we're continuing to do, and honestly, it's become a really bright spot in my life, not to get so emotional with it, but I generally enjoy it, and thank you so much. So
thank you very much, guys. I am Adam Goblin Mode Riley.
Right. And my name is Jake BJM Bussy.
BJM?
Blowjob. Oh, wait. BJB. Blowjob Billionaire.
Blowjob Billionaire.
Yeah, I forgot we talked quite a bit about that. Anyways, hi, Mom. Yeah, I would.
Hi, Molly. Later, boners.
Hi, son and daughter, probably in the archives.
Yeah.
This is my personality.
Subscribe to our Patreon, Quinn and Rory.
Yeah, this is that weird, like, when I got this weird aching in me. That's what that is. My fault. Your mom's better than us. All right, anyways.
You'll stab your eye out.
Yeah.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it.
Oh, it spilled on my breathalyzer. Yeah, we're going now. Hell yeah.
We're warm. It's not a book.
I'm walking home from here. I'm just going to go to that. All right, go 3, 2, 1. And we're back. I got